Welcome back, y'all, to another one. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I know I am. I'm going hunting again. Like always. I'm headed out to my buddy's place. I'm gonna hunt his private land. I haven't hunted here before, so this is gonna be a first time sit for me in this place. It's got quite a few acres here. So he invited me over not too long ago to see if I can come out hunting, and that's what I'm doing tonight. So I forget what day it is, but it's the evening. It's about 4 o'clock right now. Sort of kind of late, but the thing is, he's got a bunch of preset stands. I don't have to go in there and set up my saddle and or stand, so I don't have to waste time on that. So I can go in a little bit later. Plus today is kind of a warm day. It's like 79, 78 right now. It's kind of just under 80 degrees, so it's kind of warm. We're starting to hit a cooling trend though. The nights are in the 40s and the days are like 70s, high 70s. So it's definitely in that fall type transition weather. Actually tomorrow is October 1st. So yeah, today's the 30th of September. So hopefully it's going to be a really nice day. The wind is kind of off for the stand that I'm going in. It's kind of going to come in at an angle, but I'm hoping that's not going to cause too much of an issue. Definitely going to spray down with some a no scent, but you know how deer are. No matter what you do, you can help prevent it, but it's not going to stop them from smelling you. But anyways, I'm going to try to prevent it as much as I can. All right, so I got back in the tree here. It's about 5 o'clock. I killed some time talking to the landowner, but I'm set up in here in this ladder stand. I'm about 15, maybe 13 to 15 feet off the ground. And I can't get my big camera around this big tree behind me. My strap doesn't fit, so I'm going without a camera tonight. So sorry about that, guys, if I do shoot something. But I'll show you my setup. Here's my ladder stand. And I got a bunch of these shooting lanes. I got all this canopy cover. I got all these shooting lanes around me. And the field goes back behind. I got my bow hanging up right in hand's reach of me. I got more shooting lanes that way. And that tree line way over there, that's where the deer can be coming from. So it's nice that I have this canopy cover I can shoot between these lanes. I just gotta pay attention. So hopefully this hunt should be a good one. Like I said, I couldn't get my camera around this tree, it's too big. I'm in this white oak, and it's kind of a food plot in front of me that he's thrown out. Got my backpack laying right there, and all of that behind me I can shoot. The wind's coming like this, blowing out into the field behind me, so that's not bad. So I just gotta keep my eyes peeled, and I'll keep you guys posted if I do shoot something. But it was a pretty warm day today, so I expect deer movement to be like right before dark. But I'm expecting them to come out of this tree line in front of me and make their way out into this and feed out of this field here. Or they could hold up and eat the acorns out in the tree line, who knows. But if I do kill something, I don't think I can get it on the camera because this big a tree that I have behind me, it's so big I can't get my strap around it to hold up my camera arm. So that's gonna kind of suck, but we shall see.
yards in front of this tree. That was pretty cool to watch. I had those gnats biting my legs, and I wanted to move my legs so hard, but I couldn't. I also took my hand and I covered my face so he wouldn't pick up on my eyeballs if he were to look up, but the wind's blowing this way and my thermals are dropping back there into the field. So he never smelled me and he never smelled my thermals, but he walked out on the trail that I walked in. You would think he would pick up on my boot scent, but looks like he didn't care, because a mature buck would have ran as soon as he would have crossed my path that I walked in. But I couldn't pull out this big camera. I had to record it on my phone, so hopefully phone did its justice, but I can still see him walking out behind me back there. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. You can see him right there. That was pretty cool to watch. At least I saw one buck this evening. Just a basket rack 7-pointer. But it was close. Like, it was awesome because he was literally 6 yards or 5 yards in front of the stand. I mean, I could have jumped out and jumped on him if I wanted to. So I better put this away. I'm pretty sure more deer are going to be coming out, so. shot her. And she jumped into the pond. I think she's dying. I shot her because I can see the arrow sticking at her. She keeps moving. But her party, the buck and the other does, they don't want to leave. They keep looking back, trying to look for her. I can see her keep bobbing her head in the pond. She's like on the side now. Get out of here. Your mama's dead. So this group of 3 does and a spike came out to the right of me as the sun's setting. And they made it in front of this food plot. And I tried to get a good shot at the big one, which is the lead one. But I had the tree line in the way. I had this big branch in the way, so I couldn't get a shot on her. They started making their way towards the pond, and I didn't know what yardage they were, so I pulled out my rangefinder, and I ranged them at 25, as they were, looks like they wanted to get a drink of water. And they heard something. I must have hit something with my foot. But I put it at 25, and I shot, and I sniped that mama doe. And she jumped straight into the pond. I mean, she took a nosedive, Olympic nosedive. And she just dived straight. She took an Olympic nosedive into the pond. And she's dying now. I can see her starting to move less and less. I can't. She's trying to get out of the pond, but she can't. I shot her in the front, so. Yeah, deer down. Yes. I'm so excited. Hey, it's just the doe, but what's crazy to me is that the other does, they weren't leaving. They would like run away, and then they would come back and like look for her, and then they would run away and come back and look for her. She kept splashing in the water. She's still splashing in the water. So they kept coming back looking for her, and finally after like 10 minutes after the shot, they took off.
All right, guys, so I'm back at the truck here. We just got the doe loaded up. I got her all cleaned out, took all the guts out, and I ended up shooting that doe, and my crossbow must be off because I kind of shot her a little far back, and it must have paralyzed her legs, and she jumped right into the pond, and I thought she was dying off, but she ended up kind of jerking around and stuff. I was like, what the heck? So I climbed back down, and I had to do a follow-up shot on her. So I had this 7-point basket rack that came, you guys seen that came out, I don't know, like 6:30 or 6:45. He came out up in front of me. He ate a little bit, and then he walked down the path. And what's interesting is he walked on the path that I walked in. So I was like, okay, he's not, I'm sure he smelled my foot scent, my boot scent, but I guess he didn't care or something. I don't know. He walked back down, and I didn't see anything for like 15-20 minutes. I hear footsteps behind me after about 15 minutes. And I turn around, and it's the same 7-point walking back up the trail. And he ate in front of me again. You guys seen all that. And he walked, actually, he just trotted, kind of walked back into the tree line. So finally, it was getting dark, and it was just before legal shooting light. I think I had like 15-20 minutes to spare. I look through my binoculars, and I see it's a doe, so I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna shoot her. So I got my crossbow down, and then there was 2 other does behind her, and then behind that there was a spike. But I didn't see the spike at first. I saw that it was 3 does, but I'm like, man, maybe that's a buck behind them, you know. They could start chasing or something, but it was just a spike, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot the doe. And the does were behind that tree canopy right in front of me, so I couldn't get a shot right away. So I waited a little bit, and they were kind of moving towards the pond. Looks like they were trying to get something to drink because it was a pretty hot day today. The pawns, I must have hit something with the crossbow or something, because they kind of jerked for a second and they ran towards the pond. And I shot the lead doe, which is the biggest one out of the group. And I shot her a little bit back, so I shot her kind of towards the legs, and it paralyzed her back legs, and she jumped into the pond. And she just kind of was like swimming or something. I couldn't see, but I see that she was on the bank, and she kept lifting her head up and stuff like that. And the other deer, they were just chilling there. They were like waiting for her to get out or something. And finally, after like 20 minutes, they like left the area. So I got down and I walked up to the pond, and I had to make a follow-up shot on her. I mean, I hate that she was suffering for so long, but I made a follow-up shot and took her out. So we got her gut piled. The landowner came out on a side-by-side. That thing really helps. That thing's awesome. So I'll show her to you. Kind of hard to do this at night. So here she is. Pretty good sized doe. She ain't the biggest that I've shot in my life, but she's the biggest doe out of the group that I found. So my first shot was right back here. I'm holding the flashlight with my hands, but you can see that right there. That's the first shot. So I shot her back and high, and I did not hit any guts, but I ended up shooting right underneath the spine. I must have severed the spine in half, because you can see how her body's bent right there. I must have severed it in half because her back legs were completely paralyzed. And here's my follow-up shot. And what's crazy is the follow-up shot, you can see it's kind of forward too. I was aiming right in the kill zone right here. You can see where the light's shining, and it shot to the right, I don't know, probably 6-7 inches. So I think my crossbow's off. I need to go home and retune that thing, and just, you can see what kind of damage these expandables do. So pretty neat little doe. Pretty nice evening. It's actually kind of chilly. I can see my breath right now, but yeah. Thanks to the landowner for letting me come out and hunt his property. But if you guys enjoyed this one, like I said, I couldn't get the big camera out and around the big tree. It was just too wide. I couldn't get the strap around, so I had to use my 360 camera, and hopefully that did its justice. But if you guys enjoyed this one, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.